how to transmute the toxic behavior of comparison or comparing ourselves to others from a place of insecurity. So a lot of personal growth pages say that comparing yourself to others is toxic, you know, it's not beneficial for you. Okay, but here's how to transmute it. You know, sometimes you really can't help but compare yourself to others, but you can transmute it. You don't have to compare yourself to others from a place of insecurity. You can compare yourself to others from a place of empowerment, where instead of, you know, when you see women who are more successful than you in all areas of their lives, or more beautiful than you, or whatever more you perceive them as, you know, you can then, instead of letting those perceived inadequacies within you, instead of allowing those, whatever you perceive as them being better than you, to make you feel jealous or competitive or depressed or sad about yourself, you can then allow those things to inspire you. You know, when you see women whom you perceive as more successful or better than you in whatever ways, you can then, you know, make an assessment. What is it that they have? What is it that they know? What is it that they're doing that I can allow myself to be inspired by? You know, allow them to inspire you to also know what they know, do what they do, so that you can have the results that they have as well. You know, so if someone is fitter than you, then find out what's their diet like, what's their food diets like, mental diets like, emotional diets like, what's their, if someone's more financially well off than you, more successful than you, find out what skills do they know that made them become successful. What's their attitude towards life, towards themselves, towards work, what's their work ethics like, and emulate those. Plus, perception are not always absolute truth. So every time you perceive something, you have to open yourself up to the possibility that may not be true. You know, it could be just your perception. If you perceive others to be better than you have to be open to the possibilities that they may not actually be better, that may not be the absolute truth. Are they really better than you? How? For, you know, we're all humans. We all experience pains and challenges, and, you know, we all have our strengths and our weaknesses. And if we sum up everything, you're not really sure if someone is absolutely better than you or not. So everything is just perception. Like, I've always perceived myself to be hot, you know. So wherever I go, I perceive myself to be hot. And because I perceive myself to be hot and attractive and desirable, I'm able to, that energy is contagious, you know. People can sense my energy, that I perceive myself as hot and desirable and attractive. And so sometimes I'd go out clubbing, and there'd be like famous celebrities next to me, around me. They'd start looking at me, and next thing, you know, they would surround me, you know, like unconsciously they would gravitate towards me. They would like surround me while I'm just dancing, having fun, and, you know, having fun with myself. Or with my friends, you know. Suddenly those like rich famous celebrities would surround me, and they're not aware that they're now actually surrounding me. But it's my energy, you know. Humans are energetically hypergamous. Okay, we are, law of attraction is real. we are attracted to people with this whose energy we resonate with, who are on the same energy as us. But we are also hypergamous energetically. We're also attracted to people who have better energy than us. So because I'm just, no matter what's happening in my 3D reality, that's like, for me, that's the absolute truth. I'm gonna be hot forever. Hot, attractive, desirable forever. And that's why one time in 2019 I became overweight. I became like 66 kilos. That's overweight for my height. And so in the photos I would look like an overweight woman. And I used to be so in denial. I was like, it's the because the camera is concave, that's why it makes me look more overweight than I actually am. But then I rushed myself to the hospital because I had started palpitating and all. Apparently I had very high cholesterol. I was overweight. I found out I was overweight, and my sugar level was high. And so, I still perceived myself as hot, fit, desirable, attractive, but I was already overweight and unhealthy. But because I perceived myself as attractive still, so people still found me attractive. But since that is my self-concept, that I'm fit, attractive, that's how I perceive myself to be. I'm hot, I'm fit, I'm attractive, I'm desirable. As soon as I got evidence from the 3D physical reality that I was no longer aligned to my self-concept of hot, attractive, desirable, fit, healthy, because the weighing scale said I was 66 kilos and my cholesterol was high, I rushed myself to the hospital. As soon as I got that evidence that I was no longer aligned to my self-concept, I started doing things that again brought me in alignment with my self-concept. And so I became fit again. I started losing weight. I started on a plant-based diet. I discovered fasting. I discovered many other natural ways to become healthier and fitter. Okay, and so the point of this is that perception is projection. Whatever you perceive to be as, it may not be absolute truth, but we tend to believe it as absolute truth. So our behaviors tend to be in alignment to whatever we perceive. If we perceive others to be better than us and we can never be like them, then we're going to behave like that. We're going to behave like insecure haters, But if we perceive ourselves to be just as potentially great as everyone, and so we just gotta align what we do, our actions, to what it is that we desire as a result. All we gotta do is align the actions we do to our desired results. And we think it's easier to just hate on someone than to build yourself up to the level that others play in life. But it's actually not. It's just more instant. You can hate someone instantly, but to build yourself up to a certain level may not be as instant, unless you have a magic wand. Because we live in a 3D material world where energies are more dense, so it kind of takes a gestation period in order to grow something, to build something up, So yeah, but it's gonna be painful to stay where you don't want to be, and it's also gonna cause some growth pain in order to build yourself up to be where you want to be. There's gonna be growth pain because in order to get from here to here, you're gonna break through a lot of like comfort zones, you know, a lot of limiting beliefs in order to get there. So while you're breaking through, of course there are going to be some growth pain, but those growth pain are eventually going to be beneficial for you, because when you're here, those things that are outside of your comfort zones that you're breaking through from are going to be painful. But when you're already here, these same things that were painful to you when you were growing is not going to be painful anymore. And it's the same at every level. So this is Vinyl Joy, Queen G, the goddess energy embodiment, manifesting and dating coach. If you want to learn more, DM me for one-on-one coaching. And yeah. Alright, we're at the gym. Even the gym is overlooking.